just wanted to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas from all of us here at the Nicole Crank Show. Right now, we're in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. You never know where we're gonna be next week, but this is what we do know. We're gonna find you in your pain. We're gonna take you to God's promise in a real, raw, and organic way where we just talk about the stuff. And God's not gonna leave you in it. He's gonna bring you out of it. I believe that 2022 is gonna be your best year ever, without a doubt. Are you ready? Merry Christmas. I wanna make a snowball right now, but this is actually ice. Merry Christmas. And welcome to Christmas with the Cranks. Yay! You are not going to believe what is happening right now. You are actually coming into our living room with the whole fam.
The whole fam. The whole crew.
Welcome.
This is unfiltered, and you know what? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what we're going to say, but I do know we want to spend Christmas with you. And whether you're spending Christmas by yourself, you've got a whole house full bustling with guests, or you are stressed because you don't know how you're going to pull all this off, which is usually where I'm at. Matter of fact, is anybody else feeling a little hot right now? We're going to talk about where we've been in our past, our Christmas present, and what God's going to do for us in Christmas future. I want to tell you, though, there's going to be some singing, there's going to be some movie quoting, and there's going to be some storytelling. And we're going to pray with you before you go. Are you ready for all this? Let's go.
I knew you were going to do that. That was good, though. You did good. You know what? That's a good. Let's go. Are you getting all this? Because this is behind us.
We own this footage, and I think we're leaving it in it. Yes, Mary, thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Merry Christmas. We're excited. Our whole family's here. Right?
Woo! We're just sitting here actually in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
We are.
Yeah, which is not where we live at all.
And we got the dog, and we got Liam. We don't know how long Liam's going to be with us. What's your bets on that?
I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or less.
I know 10 if he sits with Coco, because I'm the favorite.
I just have bets that the dog lasts longer than the baby.
I'll take you on the bet.
We are very excited, though, for you to allow us into your home. We just decided today that we just wanted to do Christmas at home with you guys and just talk to you about Christmas experiences that we've had. We've been enjoying it. There's been crazy wild animals. We were on a walk and we saw
an elk,
a mule deer, and a.
That's what they told us at the store. They said it's a mule deer. We thought it was an elk, but it was a mule deer.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
We're like, well,
we're so city people.
I know nothing about nature. Okay.
And then a moose, it's like the Discovery Channel out here for real. You just walk around and it's like you're kidding, just in its natural habitat. It's
I just
amazing.
don't want to meet a grizzly bear.
No. And then Liam got to see his first snow, huh, guys?
Yeah.
He did. He loved it. It was a little cold though, but he did. He was a trooper. Yes, you were. Weren't you a trooper?
He's excited about his second Christmas.
He was playing, touching the snow, having such a great time.
Yeah, tell us
He
about
loved it so much. Got to wear our jacket, got to wear our little hats, which this is a Christmas miracle, by the way, to have a hat on Liam.
He's just started keeping hats on his head.
You know, when I met Nicole, she had this 7-year-old incredible kid who turned into be this amazing man of God. Yeah, but we have a blended family. And we're just going to talk to people today because people are different phases, you know. Some people are in the happiest time of their life, and then other folks are like, man, I just found out, my husband died or somebody left me. So we're going to try to cover all that in an exciting way. But there's one passage of scripture I kind of want to draw from first in Luke chapter 1. This is the prophecy and the announcement of Jesus' cousin, John. But all of a sudden, Mary comes in to the house where Elizabeth is pregnant. And John jumps on the inside, and here's what the Lord had to say. It said, Mary, he just prophesied, Mary, you have been given the highest favor and privilege above all others. your child is destined to bring great delight to God. Of course, we know that Jesus is the reason for the season, but the part that I loved was that word favor, because we know we're in 5 years of grace and favor. Many of you are experiencing supernatural opportunities. Your businesses are growing. You're sitting here going, man, in a pandemic and everything that's wrong in the world, there's something right, understanding that Jesus is the reason for the season. He's the hope of the world. Yeah. And of course, he has favor beyond anything. So wherever you're at today, I just want to let you know that God, none of this took God by surprise. Whether you're in a palace or in a pit right now, God's going to take advantage of every situation and turn it around for your good. So I think we could kind of just start there and unpack some of the, whatever you guys are thinking.
Well, I think everybody has had different kinds of Christmases in their lifetime. And there was somebody at our church who was just talking to me and saying, well, I'm a single person, so Christmas for me, a lot of times I'm by myself. And, our family, actually, this is not shot Christmas morning. We did this a little bit ahead of time because Christmas morning, we're actually all in different places. We've never been in the same place on Christmas Day to celebrate Christmas together, but it hasn't kept us from celebrating Christmas together.
It's not a day for us.
So I remember one year, it was super early because that's when we could get together. It was December 11th or December 12th, and what do we do, Ashton, to make it Christmas, even though it's not the day, so that people can get together with their family, their friends, and whoever on those days?
2 words, biscuits, 3 words, biscuits and gravy. We do Christmas breakfast and we all wear matching Christmas pajamas, which we just finally last year got the guys to join in on, but it's always been us 3. But Liam brought the guys into it because he was
like this big last year, and now he's like pulling stuff off the table.
How long do we wear the pajamas?
All day long. Literally till 8 p.m. when we put on new pajamas.
That's right. It's time. So those are some of our Christmas traditions, and Ashton's actually an incredible cook, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a newfound skill. Like, I used to only think I could make like a microwave chicken tender.
I'm really good at pizza rolls. I make a mean pizza roll.
rolls, ramen noodles. And then like over COVID, I started being like, maybe I could like grill this, add like some spices. Y'all, I'm actually good at this. I didn't know.
So like, what does your grandma make? What do you make? What's your favorite Christmas cookie? What is it that you like to do? And Christmas is a time to celebrate. It doesn't have to be on the day. So if you're by yourself today, if you've got a change in life today, I'm here to tell you, you're not by yourself. The Bible says, for unto you, so you, wherever you're watching today, you might be in a car, you might be driving somewhere, for unto you is born this day. This day, it was Christmas Day so many years ago, but for you, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new season. God is with you in the car, in the room, in your apartment, in your condo, on the plane, wherever you're at. For unto you was born this day in the city of David a Savior. What is he here to save us from? Whatever you need saving from. I saved the giblets for tomorrow. A little more Montreal steak seasoning on the top. With the turkey all nestled snug in her oven, checking the temperature of the turkey, I had to turn the oven up to 350. It's taking a little longer than usual, so we're looking for 165 to happen, and we're getting there. What's your dream? And what is it gonna take to turn your dream into a reality? I heard it said once that all a goal is a dream that's been written down. But a dream that doesn't get written down is never gonna become a goal. And I think that's the first step that keeps people back from living their dream. What if I told you I had 5 simple steps that an elementary school student could do that could get them to live their dream? Can you do elementary steps? I know you can. I'm gonna help you write your goals. And not just write them haphazard. You're gonna do it in a scientific, psychological way that it's gonna bury it in your heart in a biblical way that's gonna help you live your dreams. I'm not just gonna help you write your goals. I'm gonna help you develop the vision, get an action plan with a map, measurement, assessment, and planning. I'm gonna get you to commit to your dreams with the immense value of simply not quitting and then celebrate. Those are the 5 steps, and I'm gonna walk you through them for free. I know, you can get my goals book for free. You just pay the shipping. All you have to do is go to NicoleCrank.com/goals. Here's the thing. I think you want the workbook. I think you want the help walking it through. And I've got videos that are almost guaranteed to get you there this year. You know what? Let this be the year you stop dreaming and start living your dream. us about a couple of Christmases where there were some things going on in your family, but like God had just a way of showing up.
Yeah, when I think about Christmas, when you're little, it's all about the gifts and waking up on Christmas morning and you're so excited to unwrap everything and get at the tree. And then now that I'm older, I grew up, one of 6 kids. And I think back now and I'm like, how did my mom manage the stress of the holidays? Because I'm going to get a new present. It's going to be so great. Right. And she's going, oh my gosh, how am I going to afford to get a gift for every single one of these kids and make this day so special for them? And, maxing out the credit card and different things. Now I look back and I have so much just love and appreciation for my mom because I'm like, how did she handle that? And there might be some parents that are, or single moms. Pastor Nicole, you're a single mom with Austin. I'm sure holidays at some point got a little stressful. Like there's more months than money. Like how are we gonna make Christmas happen? And
well, I remember when I was walking through a divorce and my ex was crack addicted. We were bankrupt, we were foreclosed on, and I remember Christmas, like, I loved Christmas. I love Christmas.
She loves Christmas more than any of us.
Because we decorate everything, biggest Christmas tree ever. But I didn't have any money, so I remember going to a yard sale. And I found Legos. And Legos are really expensive, but I felt like I hit the jackpot because I bought like this whole huge container of Legos for $20. But if you just pour out a container of Legos for a kid, there's nothing cool about that. It's not in the box. I didn't want him to know it wasn't from the box. Yeah. So I spent so much time trying to build, I'm not an engineer, so trying to build something out of Legos for him to wake up to and find so that he would enjoy his Christmas.
Who knew the Millennium Falcon had a dump truck?
But when you're worried about other people and giving, I think we get way more wrapped up in what we're giving to them than what they're receiving. Because not that long ago, Ashton gave me a ring. I like all these little rings. I buy them at pawn shops. But my favorite ring cost, I don't know, how much did that ring cost?
It was on a set of like a $7 set of like 7 rings. So like $1 ring from Forever 21.
And it was legitimately, she gave me one of them and I wore it until it literally turned my whole finger green.
She's like, it's my favorite ring. I'm like, Nicole, it's not a big deal. But that was my favorite one. I'm like,
because of who it came from.
That's so good.
Not because of what it was. And so don't be worried about what you're giving this year.
Takes the stress off.
It's who it came from that matters.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The stress is a big deal. My dad, I know we're down this path of stress for a minute, but it does get stressful. Yeah. And my dad was a cop, and then he went on the evangelistic field, which means we all lived in a little trailer and had really no money at all. And I remember the first year, I remember for sure being disappointed because my dad came to me, as MJ said, like, Christmas is the big deal. You're like, man, Santa's going to bring me all this stuff. And I remember my dad telling me, hey, listen, there's going to be no Christmas this year because we just don't have the money. But if you believe God, we're going to pray and ask God for Christmas. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've never seen God. We're hosed, For us, my true thought. And I was probably about 11 or 12, somewhere in there. And there was this lady, I still remember her name. Her name was Betty Sternman. I'm sure she's wanting to be with the Lord by now because she was older then. But she came to church this weekend and she had this huge trash can, like the 50-gallon drum, the trash can, and it was all painted and it was from Neiman Marcus. Then to find out the can was like $80 or $100, which to us was like $10,000. In fact, my dad's like, we could never use this for a trash can. We're going to charge our friends $1 to touch it. We've never seen it. But when we opened it up, I remember there was this vest that if you're old enough, you remember the sleeves zipped off, and it was my coat, and I wanted a coat. I was like, oh my gosh. And then there was another coat in there for me, which had the fur on it, the fake fur with the orange inside. Anybody remember this? But it ended up being the best Christmas ever because my dad took the pressure off himself and he put it upon Jesus, and then Jesus did it. I'm just telling you, the same God that did that for my dad will do it for you today.
What's your favorite gift you ever got for Christmas? I remember one year I got this Twister game, the game where you like spin the spinner, it's got the color, and your foot goes here and your foot goes there and somebody else, and you get kind of all knotted up. And we had fun playing the game. And then later in life I realized I got tied up in a knot at the game, and I've kind of been in knots about Christmas ever since. I don't know why. At some point it became more about it looking perfect than actually being great. I guess maybe I thought if I made the perfect meal and the decorations were outstanding and the wrapping paper matched the bows, which matched the ornaments, and the people came, and whatever happens, David Crank, don't you eat a piece of that cake before the company gets here because Why? So they can eat the cake? I thought I was Buddy the Elf, but I didn't have peace. And that's where a lot of people are these days. Man, we just need some peace. And peace is actually a gift. It's the greatest gift. It's the gift I want. It's the gift I lose sometimes. And it's the gift, get this, I have to let myself receive. Out here, I can feel peace. I don't know why. Maybe it feels like I'm closer to God because I can appreciate his mountains. The mountains that I sometimes need to move, I look at them and I think, God, if I was supposed to move a mountain, there's no way. But you're the God who does. And then he serves up just mountains of peace. In John 14:27, he says, peace I give you, my peace. And I looked it up in another translation that said, not fragile peace, not the kind of peace that's gonna break, an unbreakable peace. Listen, that's what it sounds like. It's not a peace that like, oh my gosh, if somebody comes in the room, I'm gonna lose it. If they say the wrong thing, I'm gonna lose it. No, it's this unshakable, unfathomable mountain that is beneath us, and his name is Jesus. He said, my peace, my unbreakable peace I give you. Not as the world gives, because every time I've tried to get a gift from the world or I've been given something from somebody, it's breakable, it's shakeable, it gets returned, it gets void, I lose it, something happens, but not with Jesus. But here is the thing about his peace. He said, let me, allow me. And I'm just here to tell you, God has been beating me up about the word let. Every time I read his word, he's like, let me give you my gift of peace. Let you? What do you mean let you? God, I'm praying for the very peace that you're promising me right now. What do you mean let you give it to me? It's the craziest thing. Sometimes we resist it. I mean, okay, it's probably not you, but sometimes I know what to do in a conversation like, that really hurt my feelings, and I'm gonna tell you about it, but if I tell you about it, it's gonna start a fight, not bring peace. Sometimes it's just easier to open my mouth and do something I know I shouldn't do instead of closing my mouth and let God handle it. Let the gift of God come to you today. Maybe just open up your hands on this Christmas. You might be in a room full of people and it's bustling. You might be alone and starvingly lonely. No matter what it is, just lift your hands to God right now. Let his peace come to you. It's a gift. You don't deserve it. You're not gonna earn it. Can't pay for it, can't put it on your credit card. You can just lift up your hands and say, you're the God who moves the mountains. And you're the God that can give me a mountain of peace. I pray your peace, your gift, Jesus, on your people. It cost you everything, so we could have this. God, we gladly receive it today.
If I ask you about the last 12 months of your life, what would you say? I survived, I made it, I got through. I think that's what the enemy meant to do with our year. I think he meant to crash it, just like make us survive. But that is not what God called us to do at all. It's what I did with the first part of my life. Rape, molestation, abuse, marrying the wrong guy, trying to find the right guy, my wedding went whack, lived on the bully bus, played the shame game. I really think for a long time I tried to survive in life. And God said, no more. You're not called to survive. You are called to thrive. So you know what I did? I wrote a book. And now I'm here to tell you, I'm feeling pretty vulnerable because this book is my story about all of my pain and heartache. But the seed that God planted in that space and how he brought me through. Wanna know what the book's called? It's called I Will Survive. Big rip on the page. No, I will thrive. God has called you to thrive in life. And I'm so excited to share this with you because I believe God is going to use this as something to take you out of where you've been into where you're called to be.
I just finished the first chapter of I Will Thrive, and can I tell you, I could not put it down. It was so good. It was captivating, inspiring. I wrote down quotes. You've got to read it.
Together, we're going to get this message into a lot of people's hands. All you got to do, get on the website right now.
funny story though I want Ashton to tell is the other night when you're by the fire with Papa.
Oh no.
In his shoes.
Okay, listen. Last night, my dad is like laying by the fire, and you can kind of see, like he's laying on the floor, and he has his feet up on the fire, but he has his shoes off, and his boots are literally
Because my feet were frozen from singing out in the snow.
Yes, but your boots were like, this is the fire, okay? This, Liam's snack, is his boot.
And the fire is blazing.
Okay? It's like a roaring fire, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
There's another in the fire.
And he has his feet up, and I'm like, hey, Dad, you might want to like watch out your shoes. Like, I don't want them to catch on fire. And so he like moves the shoe, and it's steaming.
They were literally on fire. It was like just in time.
It was a movie.
That
A
was
scene
like-
from a movie.
That was funny. Those were good times.
Family
last night.
memories.
Yeah.
One of my favorite family memories, and I know we're getting ready to close our time together, which I'm really hoping you guys will sing. But one of my favorite family memories, believe it or not, out of all the Christmas, all the presents, all the things, was driving home one night. I was a kid, and you would think it would be the presents and what happened, but we were in the car, my parents were driving, and I was looking around, it was dark outside, and I could just see the Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah.
And I just had this thing on the inside, and all I can say is it must have been joy or peace or something. I was just, I didn't have much as a kid. We were not a well-to-do family. We were poor, but I still just enjoyed that day so much. And I can just think of looking in the dark and seeing the light.
Yeah.
And if you think that life's been a little bit dark, and you just needed some light in your life, hopefully we brought you some humor, just some people to hang out with today. But there is a light, and he wants to shine in your life. And he's like, you know, I'm up here, and I'm willing to give you even more than I've given you today, and I want to give you salvation. What is that? It's safety from everything you need saving from. It's soundness. You can stand on the solid rock, and he's never going to give out beneath you. He's wholeness. If you need healing in your heart, your mind, your soul, your emotions, your body, it's nothing missing, and it's nothing broken. And so if that's okay with you, I just want to pray with you right now. And just repeat it after me and say, Dear Jesus,
Dear Jesus,
I need you
I need you
in my life.
in my life.
Someone to lead me,
Someone to lead,
guide me,
guide me,
and love me.
and love me.
I've sinned,
I've sinned,
so you died,
so you died,
so I can be free.
so I can be free.
I will live for you
I will live for you
all my days.
all my days.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
My family's on their way out here to sing, but before we sing a little Christmas song together and we go, I just wanted to talk to you about one not so Christmas message. It's John 3:16. For God so loved, and he loves you so madly, so deeply, he sees you where you are. Matter of fact, he's looking down from heaven right now and he's loving you. He loved you so much that he had me say these words so you would know that you were loved. He loved you so much that he says, for God so loved the world that he gave the biggest Christmas present of all. No matter if there wasn't a single gift under your tree, no matter if you didn't have anybody to buy for or you didn't have anybody to buy for you, is that he gave his only son so that you could have God, so that you could have love, that you could have joy, you could have peace in spite of whatever it is. You could have that. And that's what you help us do. We go into the hurting, we go into the broken, we talk about the things nobody else is talking about. Who's talking about abortion, infidelity, dementia, betrayal? Who's talking about stuff like that? We are, but we're talking about it in the pain, and we're bringing you to the promise of God's redemption all over the world. For God so loved the world, and that's what you help us do. You help us go to the Philippines, to the 1040 window, to Pakistan right now, all over Africa, all over the UK, Australia, the US. And you know what? I'm wanting to go into South America. We need the show translated into Spanish. The only way that we can go into people's homes, the only way we can reach into people's pain and take them to the promise is if you help us. So this year, this time of giving, would you consider not just giving $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, but would you also consider a one-time gift? A gift to help us give people Jesus. A gift to help us give people peace. All you have to do is text us at 77977. Text the word Nicole Crank and then your dollar amount and you're done. Or maybe you go to NicoleCrank.com/donate. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas and thanks for giving me the best present of all. You know what that is? Getting to help hurting people.
tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents by the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams.
You ready? Let's go.
I could not control it.
I think you're jealous.
That's it too.